Hello students, I am Professor Monica Prakash from Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, your instructor for this module. Welcome back to the course on Destination Management. We bring this course to you as a part of e-Pathshala initiative of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India to make postgraduate education accessible to all. In this module, we will talk about the role of destination management organizations. The act of traveling for varied purposes has remained an impervious preference. The tourism industry has undergone strides of changes over the period of time. The travel and tourism industry has faced various challenges globally, yet the statistical evidence has been very encouraging, as it has recorded a positive growth in the international tourist arrivals and the economic gains. But these figures don't actually promise a safer and brighter future, as the global economic, social, political, environmental setbacks and volatility remains major issues. The changing preferences and the profiles of the international travelers have given rise to new destinations in the developing regions and have laid a significant impact on the existing ones. While the business of tourism focused on attracting many tourists in the past, the focus has now shifted to have a sustainable growth to minimum and defy the harm it caused. The destination managers have shifted the focus from the rapid success with short-term yields to have a long-term sustainable planning. The policymakers also are facing the challenges of very changed drivers in the industry, which is affecting the destinations and the source markets. This calls for a refinement in the existing development techniques. The development of destination has to be planned pragmatically, taking into consideration the many faceted impacts to minimize the negative impacts. The destination management organizations and the tourism development corporations have a major role in delivering the same. The destination needs to be assessed suitably to recognize its distinctive offerings. The attractions could be carefully crafted into a value product which would benefit the visitors by providing a fulfilling services along with a lasting memory and, most importantly, an unparalleled thematic experience. After completing this unit, you will be able to understand 1. The importance of developing a destination. 2. The role of destination management organizations, commonly called as DMOs, and the tourist development corporations in developing the destinations. The need of formulating a thematic tour product and ensuring safety and security while conducting the same. Now let us begin the discussion with the notion of development of a destination. How do we develop a destination? A destination in the simple sense would mean the place to which someone is going or something is being sent. The source is the place where you start the journey and the destination is ideally where you wish to visit. A local tourism destination is a space in which a tourist spends at least one overnight. It includes tourism products such as support services and attractions and the tourist resources within 1 day's return travel time. It has physical and administrative boundaries defining its management and images and perceptions defining its market competitiveness. The boundaries of the destination depends upon the market in which it is served and marketed. The entire country may be termed as a destination in one context, or it may only be one single monument or a national park. A large destination such as country which has earned its own brand image can contain many separate destinations within it, such as resorts, commercial towns, or this set rural areas, while the term site significantly overlaps the term destination. According to Stanage and Brown of Solimer International in 2012, it tends to center on a particular place bound by its physical and cultural characteristics. Many sites often inhabit in a single destination, such as multiple palaces and forts at Jaipur. Tourism is now the world's largest economic sector. It is projected that the growth is unwavering in the coming decades. This may be economically productive, but is it equally contributing positively on the other ends? While an overcrowded destination brings a relief to the local service providers, it also brings the concern from the environmentalists and a sigh from the locals. It may also demotivate many tourists to look out for another place. Tourism growth thus confronts destinations with both opportunity and stress. A traditional tourism approach would mean short-term earnings outranking the long-term impacts on the destinations. Improper development, it lacks a regulatory framework. It is not planned integrating the various stakeholders in the industry. The increased footfalls exert direct pressure on the fragile ecosystems. It is compelling for the destination managers to understand how many tourists are too many tourists, as it will dilute the experience quality per tourist. Resource exploitation, over-imbalanced development, pollution and economic instability would foster community frustration. With the lack of careful destination planning and management, the negatives outnumbers positives. The issue doesn't just limit to overcrowding. Reckless development harms the environment, degrades scenery, disrupts local culture and channels tourism revenues away from the local communities. Delicate historic, archaeological and natural sites suffer physical wear and tear. Oil residue from hands and fingers slowly erodes aging limestone blocks and gypsum walls. On coral reefs, clumsy divers bump into living polyps, crush them with flippers or bury them under kicked up sand. In caves, even carbon dioxide from too many human exhalations can chemically alter both rock formation and prehistoric paintings. Entire landscapes fall victim to resort and vacations. Homes sprawl and developers force out native residents. Every destination differs and so does the approach vary. The state of the destination is of great importance to understand and design its development plan. Is the destination economically well or ill? Whether the locals understand the importance of tourism and take part, or are they reluctant towards it? What tourist profiles is apt for the place? Are the local providers are benefited by the activity is what is to be understood. Now, when an attraction such as popular national park or renowned cultural monument is involved, impacts depend a lot on tourist interaction with neighboring towns called gateway communities. So, good management means thinking about the destination as a whole, not just the protected site, but also its human, natural and cultural settings. Now, these ailing would not just imply additional policies, planners or the destination managers. It calls for a refined principles and techniques. These can be mitigated if the destinations embraces the sustainable development model. The UNWTO has defined sustainable tourism as an enterprise that achieves a balance between the environmental, economic and the socio-cultural aspects of tourism development so as to guarantee long-term benefits to recipient communities. According to UNWTO, it should A. Make optimal use of environmental resources, maintaining essential ecosystems and helping conserve biodiversity. B. Respect socio-cultural authenticity, conserve built and living cultural heritage and contribute to cross-cultural understanding and tolerance. C. Ensure long-term socio-economic benefits fairly distributed to all community stakeholders, including stable employment and income earning opportunities, social services and poverty alleviation. This is commonly called the triple bottom line for sustainable development: environmental, economic and cultural returns on investment. Some identify a fourth benefit of well-managed tourism, which they stated as public education, which is meant for both visitors and residents to deepen understanding of cultures and ecosystems, though this is a cultural benefit. Let us also bring into discussion the concept of destination management. The business of tourism is complex and fragmented, and from the time that visitors arrive in the destination until they leave, the quality of their experience is affected by many services and experiences, including a range of public and private services, community interactions, environment and hospitality. In the present era, which is more volatile and ever-changing environment of tourism industry, the destinations have to deliver wonderful experiences and excellent value to visitors to compete effectively. But at the core of these experiences and values lie the destinations, which enables that the destination is made of a certain basic elements which attract the visitors to the destinations. It assures to serve the visitors by satisfying their needs. The quality and the standards of elements provided influence the decision of the visitors to plan the trip. Destination management thus calls for coalition of many organizations and interest to develop and manage the elements of a competitive destination. The destination elements are illustrated as seen in the figure. It depicts the various elements of a destination. So let us talk about them. The first part is the attractions. These are often the focus of visitors' attention and may provide the initial motivation for the tourist to visit the destination. Now they can be categorized as natural, like beaches, mountains, parks, weather, or can be built, example the iconic buildings such as the Eiffel Tower, heritage monuments, religious buildings, conference and sports facilities. Or it could be even cultural, for example, museum, theatres, art galleries, cultural events. They could be in the public realm such as nature, park, cultural or historic sites, or could be community attractions and services such as culture, heritage or lifestyle. Other less tangible factors such as the uniqueness and the emotional or the experiential triggers are also the attracting tourists to the destinations. The B part, the amenities. Now these are wide range of service and facilities which support the visitor's stay and includes basic infrastructure such as utilities, public transport and roads, as well as direct services for the services of the visitors which are given as accommodation, visitor information, recreational facilities, guides, operators and catering and shopping facilities. The C part can be denoted by the word called accessibility. The destinations would be accessible to a large population base, but how can that be possible? It could be via roads, air passenger services, rail or cruise ships. Visitors should also be able to travel with relative ease within the destination. Visa requirements, ports of entry and specific entry conditions should be considered as a part of the accessibility of the destination. The D part, the image, a unique character or image is crucial in attracting visitors to the destinations. It is not sufficient to have a good range of attractions and amenities if potential visitors are not aware of this. Various means can be used to promote the destination's image. It could be through marketing and branding, travel media, e-marketing, etc. The image of the destination includes its uniqueness, sights, scenes, environmental quality, safety, service levels and the friendliness of people. The next part is the price. Pricing is an important aspect of destinations competition with other destinations. Price factors relate to the cost of transport to and from the destination as well as the cost on the ground of accommodation, attraction, food and tour services. A tourist decision may also be based on other economic features such as currency exchange. Yet another factor is human resources. We all know tourism is labor intensive and interaction with local communities is an important part and aspect of the tourism experience. A well-trained tourism workforce and citizens who are equipped and aware of the benefits and responsibilities associated with tourism growth are indispensable elements of tourism destination delivery, and this needs to be managed in accordance with the destination strategy. Destination management has been in the discussion and execution from a couple of decades now. The concept has been introduced due to the increasing demand for the tourism. As the number of travelers has increased over the period of time, the need to supply and cater to the needs of visitors in more creative and innovative ways has pressurized the supply side as well. This has forced to strike the balance between safeguarding the resources and to tactfully benefit from the existing resources. These changes have compelled the need for the public and the private sectors of the tourism supply to manage the flow of tourists, tourism activities and its consequences from a coherent, integrated and qualitative perspective. Destination management is the process of leading, influencing and coordinating the management of all elements and aspects of a destination that contributes to visitors' experience, taking into account the needs of the visitors, local residents, business and environment. It is equivalent to a strategy and action plan for the sustainable destination. An effective and systematic destination management plan represents a key strategy for the destinations of all levels, right from the emerging ones to the mature ones. It helps in satisfying the ever-increasing demand of the visitors, ensures sustainable development and to gain the positive implications. As it might help to gain a strong position in the global market, accordingly, it shall assist in holding the same in a sustained manner, or it might help the destination to get back the lost position of the destinations from the global market. Ritchie and Crouch have summarized the objective of a destination management, which is visible on your screen. While the concept of destination management has gained a wide acceptance theoretically, its diffusion, understanding and use among the tourism stakeholders is relatively low. Understanding the importance of destination planning and management at public, private and by all the suppliers at the ground level is the need. The tourism organizations are not completely aware of the important role they have in creation and management of the tourism resources. Out of the local supply, their influence on the destination image by their services and especially on the visitor's experience. There is very limited consciousness on formulating the product through interactions which might ultimately determine the destination competitiveness. Here arises the need for the destination management organization called as DMOs that rely on holistic destination management. The destination management approach is being summarized on the next slide. Yes, the elements of destinations are supported by marketing to get people to visit the first place and delivery of services on the ground to ensure that expectations are met at the destinations. Underlying these activities is the need to ensure a suitable environment, which could be physical, economical or social. The DMOs will help in assuring the same by strong and competent leadership and coordination. The DMO activities should ensure destination promotion as well as support to the visitors, small, medium and micro enterprises. Let us now discuss the role of destination management organization. The destination management organization is the leading organizational entity which encompasses the various authorities, stakeholders and professionals and facilitates tourism sector partnerships towards a collective destination vision. The governance structures of DMOs vary from the single public authority to a public-private partnership model with the key role of initiating, coordinating and managing certain activities such as implementation of tourism policies, strategic planning, product development, promotion and marketing, and of course, the convention bureau activities. The DMOs do not control the activity of their partners, but they bring together resources and expertise and a degree of independence and objectively to lead the way forward. It follows that the DMOs must develop a high level of skill in developing and managing partnerships. In the past and in the most cases till today, DMOs were focused on marketing. Due to the recent developments, a well-informed DMO engaged beyond marketing to include management of the destinations as well. Indeed, many authors have defined DMOs as the actors that is in charge of managing and organizing destination resources, working closely with governmental development agencies, local authorities, business comprising the tourism industry and the destination stakeholders to facilitate sustainable development practices. There are diverse roles and responsibilities in the destination management and marketing. These are handled in different ways in different countries, but typically are split between the national, provincial, regional and the local authorities. Normally, the national level is responsible for the more strategic roles, while the local level will have the responsibility for more operational elements. The National Tourism Authorities, commonly known as NTAs, or the organizations, NTOs, are responsible for the management and marketing at the national level. The regional, provincial, state DMOs or RTOs look after specific region defined for the purpose. The local DMOs are specific to city or towns. There can be DMOs formed based on product which brings together the stakeholders related to a specific type of tourism product, such as adventure or any special interest tourism activity. Though the structure and formation differ by the area of operation, the table on your screen differentiates the functions of DMOs at the various levels. In fulfilling the roles of the destination management, the DMOs do not produce or own the destination's tourism product. Rather, DMOs undertake actions of coordinating and the constituent independent and often diverse elements of the tourism destination supply, with the aim of facilitating destination development through tourism activities. DMOs are conduits between the suppliers of tourism products in their geographic areas, local tourist firms, and a buyer from the outside. The regional DMOs should meet the needs of the destinations, whether it could be marketing, coordinating the stakeholders, influencing business climate, or assisting the human resource development. The DMOs heavily influence the visitor's experience. DMOs are often the only advocates for a holistic tourism industry in a place, and in this role, they ensure the mitigation of tourism's negative impacts to the environment and local communities, as well as the sharing of the opportunities for a vibrant exchange of people. Because of this unique capability, DMOs prove invaluable for supporting tourism development, especially in developing destinations where tourism is an important economic driver and mechanism for equitable social capacity building. Developing a DMOs iteratively relies on identifying and redefining a destination vision through collaborations. The page that follows outlines how to use a successful DMO to increase visitation and preserving the destination's assets. Every destination is different, however, so no one volume could ever be a complete resource. The information within hopefully guides the reader to explore more deeply additional interest and seek out examples of innovations by other organizations around the world. Often, DMOs have been criticized for their inability to reinvent themselves in face of the radical changes occurring in their external environment. The enormous transformations that are happening require significant changes in the organizational mindset of these organizations. One of the major emerging roles of DMOs is developing a product. It is evident that the tourist motivations and needs have been varying increasingly over the period of time. As the new segment of tourists is differentiated by their unique demands, consequently, the supply side too requires a great differentiation in its offerings. It demands personalization of the destinations as a whole, as well as its component in particular, as all these participants to form that unique tourist experience. The DMO strives to create this differentiation by creating a new demand in the form of packages or in the form of a themed experiences. This is quite possible when the destination has several possibilities of attraction and it is sold to different typologies of clients. The task of creating that differentiation is quite a challenge in this era of globalization where the services and infrastructure are constantly evolving. This leaves very little space to gain the monopolistic regime. Hence, the recent developments, evolving needs and the future challenges have made destinations to be competitive enough to secure the destination image and positioning. Now, the need is not to sell the destination as a unique tourism product, but to propose as many products so as to make itself visible to all the available segments. The destination product is the combination of elements that creates the total experience which can be offered to potential customers. The tourism experience extends through the value chain. Example, when the tourist buys an adventure experience, this includes investigating it, booking it, access to it, the actual activity, on-site facilities, environmental integrity of the area, safety features, adventure instructions and guides feedback afterwards, etc. The on-ground destination experiences include intangible features which could be unique happenings, sights and scenes, and also environmental quality, service levels, people friendliness, etc. as well as tangible aspects such as public infrastructure, private products and services, public attractions and services, community, lifestyle, attractions and the services. One weak element in the combination of a product component is capable of reducing the overall customer satisfaction significantly. A seamless approach to delivering quality is essential. With the growing sophistication and diversity of the consumer segments and the demand patterns, the DMOs have to concentrate on presenting the experiences in a user-friendly format like 1. Route packaging. Given the growing trends towards independent and experiential travel, the development and packaging of two routes, example, Route 66, Silk Route, etc., coordinate experiences along a travel circuits and provide visitors with achievable and easily accessible travel experiences. Routes may be developed for touring by car, hiking, trekking, cycling, pony tracking and other forms of transport. Route developments are excellent mechanisms of bringing together experiences that complement the destination positioning. Example, its unique cultural, natural lifestyle and other experiences. 2. It can also be a theme packaging. To capitalize on unique experiences and appeal to special interest segments, special travel themes can also be presented in a coordinated manner. Example, birding opportunities, golf culture and heritage, outdoor and adventure, etc. The route and theme concepts can also be merged by packaging themed routes, example, flower route, vale route, wine route, castles routes, etc. Hence, the product related goals of DMOs could include delivering an exceptional tourism experiences to chosen market segments based on their particular expectations, demands and requirements. Second, creating an active experience where the visitors are indulged in an activity that has to be prioritized. Third, routing and theming the experiences by harmonizing the positive counters by minimizing the negative cues. Fourth, making it possible to have a lasting memory in the form of souvenirs and collectibles. 5. Delivering on the brand promise. There is nothing worse for the destination brand than the actual experiences not living up to the expectations. Next, gearing the experience to deliver in accordance with the DMO's targets and objective. Example, increasing length of stay, extracting spend, spreading tourism, smoothing and seasonality, etc. Another important role of DMOs to ensure safety and security. Safety and security makes up one of the most important and sought intangible resource. Upon designing the product, it is expected that the execution happens in a conducive and safe environment. The attractive provision of safety and security services is of utmost importance to a successful tourism experience and is clearly one of the tourism level of tourism movement on the globe. The safety and security has been one of the biggest challenges amidst growing feelings of insecurity fueled by social unrest, political unrest and the terror attacks at the destinations. While visitors have abandoned several destinations from their visit list, the ones which are being visited have to be secured, else the recent ailment of decreased span of stay would be inevitable. From the tourism perspective, it is important that the public authorities fulfill properly their responsibilities to ensure safety and efficiency of the basic infrastructures. Certainly, the tourists travel to the unknown place, hence the signage play a significant role and it has to be in place to ensure easy accessibility. The safety and security significantly contributes for the image of the tourism destination. Providing information brochures to the tourists is vital. All the products offered could be comply with the law. It is imperative to identify the potential risk associated with the environment and activities so as to minimize these risks. Complying with all safety and health related instructions would certify that the DMOs understands and is concerned with the visitor's safety, which in turn would facilitate in raising the destination quality. It is a major differentiator in the tourism competitiveness. Protection of touristic areas and facilities, reliability of authorities and trust building campaigns carry the capability of best practices in assuring safety and security of the destination as a product. In the end, before we just end up, just a brief summary of what we have studied. So, to sum up, with the ongoing advancements and the volatile market environment, a tourist destination is more than just a mere geographical place. A destination is an amalgamation of products, services, natural resources, artificial elements and information that is able to attract a number of visitors into a place. A tourist destination is well acknowledged as a tourism product as the visitors attach some expectations before they make the choice which would suffice their needs. As the services offered and the destinations cannot be separated, it is always assessed as a whole. There has been major shift from the destination being looked to as a tourist place to a destination now being stated as the tourism product. Hence, destination management has been of great importance to provide highest quality experiences for the visitors while minimizing the negative impact. This approach is endorsed by the destination management organizations who bring together various stakeholders having diverging needs and objectives to attain a common goal of sustainable tourism development. The DMOs should pool the knowledge and initiate the SWOT analysis for the destinations to be competitive and sustainable. Traditionally responsible for making the destination marketing, the role of DMOs is now becoming broader. DMOs today should not only lead to marketing, but also be strategic leaders in destination development. This role requires them to drive and coordinate destination management activities within the framework of a coherent strategy. Promotion must attract people to visit in the first place, or creating a suitable environment and quality delivery on the ground will ensure that the visitors' expectations are met at the destinations and that they then both recommend the destinations to the others and return themselves on a future occasion. As the visitor satisfaction is assessed only after the trip is completed, it makes destination as an experience product. It is not just the product which creates the value, but it is the experience which is coupled with it. The feel of the destinations or the feel of the product is rather important than that of the mere product. To benefit from the existing resources, the DMOs and the policymakers have to assess and identify the key advantages of the destination which differentiates the experience from the other tourism products or destinations. The shift from the economy to the experience economy has to be acknowledged. Established destination needs to pool their efforts on innovations, multi-stakeholder cooperation and flexibility if they are to respond successfully to demand from emerging regions. Safety and security are vital to provide quality in tourism. More than any economic activity, the success or failure of the destinations depends entirely on how safe the destination is. Thank you for being with us. See you in the next module.